I'm OG, y'all new to the game.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be targeting our legs. As you've just seen, I like to pre-exhaust my legs. What does that mean? That means I like to target my quads and my hamstrings with an isolation movement before I start my heavier lifts. You've just seen my leg extensions. Now I'm about to do some seated hamstring curls. Let's get it. The reason I pre-exhaust my legs before I start my leg workout is because if you go into a compound movement such as squats, your lower back, your knees and your hips will start feeling it before your muscle groups do. So using a single joint movement or isolation movement before you start your workout, such as leg extensions or hamstring curls, will help isolate that movement and help you feel it better during your compound exercises. Some of you guys are a little bit more experienced with the gym and weights are probably wondering why I'm training legs and running shoes. Whenever I train legs, I use Addy Powers. The reason I use Addy Powers is because they have that elevated heel, helps you get a little bit more range of motion, helps you stay a lot more secure, has your heels raised off the floor, and overall just helps you squat a lot better, squat more, I feel personally. You don't have to use them, they are quite expensive, and if you can get your hands on some, I do really recommend it. But once again, it is not a necessary thing. There are other means, as putting a plate underneath your heel, standing a little bit wider, or just using your bare feet if you're comfortable with doing that in the middle of the gym. The reason we do this is so we can keep our feet completely flat planted on the ground, to help distribute power through our heels as we're squatting, so we're not tilting forward at all and not putting our body at any risk of falling with the weight behind us. Alright guys, as you've seen, I've been going a lot higher reps. Started off the leg extensions, 12 to 15 reps, hamstring curls, 12 to 15 reps. Doing squats, did 10 reps every set. Just carried on going up by 10 kilos per set. Next we got the leg extensions. Whenever I train legs, especially in these days, I like to keep my volume higher, because at the end of the day, I'm not a power lifter. I'm not here to see how much I can lift for one rep. I'm here to grow. So just like every other exercise that you usually see me doing, I'll be increasing the weight every set. I'm just going out by a plate on each side, which is a 20 kilo, so 40 altogether. Every set, keep going, and at the end you'll see a drop set. I'll explain that when I get to it. Earlier I mentioned that I'll be doing a drop set once I hit my top set of this exercise. What is a drop set? A drop set is essentially just dropping the weight off the exercise that you're doing and then redoing a set back to back on that exact same exercise. Why do we do a drop set? We do a drop set because as you do a set, you use a certain group of muscle fibers. When you lighten that load and then you do a set straight after that, you use a different amount of muscle fibers from that first set. You use different groups. This helps you achieve for better growth. Alright guys, so we got another hamstring isolation movement. I always like to use isolation movements on my hamstrings, specifically just because I feel like my hamstrings personally are lacking a lot more than my quads are, so I like to target them a little bit more. You guys heard me talking about it in my first video, unilateral movements or single arm or leg movements. These help strengthen balances between your left and your right side of your body, also helps muscle imbalances. Here I got a seated leg press. I will be using one leg at a time. I will be placing my legs somewhere along the middle so it helps me keep fully centered as I do this movement. With this exercise I will be doing a superset with some stiff-legged deadlifts for my hamstring. As I said earlier, I'm trying to grow my hamstrings. This is because my hamstrings are lacking a lot more towards my quads. This is for me personally. You might not have to do this. This is just what I choose to do to help develop my hamstrings. Alright guys, that's a wrap for legs. I know it's a dreaded muscle group that nobody likes training, including myself. but it's just something that you're gonna have to get over. I intend on competing sometime in my life, so muscle proportions is a huge thing for me. Overall symmetry is a huge thing for me, and that's just something that I have to work on personally in my head. If I have a bigger muscle group than something else, then I have to target the other muscle group to bring it up. Once again, that's just me personally. You don't have to do that. That's just what I believe in. I'm a huge fan of the old school generation of bodybuilding, and that's just what I grew up on. I didn't cover everything, nor did I talk about every exercise that I did. I do understand that. Once again, just flick me a message on any of my social medias or comment down below. My Instagram will be on the first link in the description. Flick me a message at any point in time. See you guys next week. What's going on, guys? Just a special announcement here for you guys. In just under 4 weeks time from today, I will be starting my brand new YouTube series. This series will be taking you through my cut. Last year I went from looking like this to this. This year I want to see how far I can push myself, and I want to take you all along this journey with me. So I challenge you to join me on this journey to see how far you guys can push yourselves. If you do wish to take me up on this offer, I will be offering help and support throughout this whole YouTube series. Completely free, no catches involved. Just flick me a message on my Instagram. The first link will be on the description down below. Thanks, guys.